Before Persephone became queen of the underworld, she was the heartbeat of spring. Where she walked, the earth softened, flowers rose without command. Wind carried her laughter like a promise the world still remembered. She wandered the fields, untouched by fear, unaware that destiny had already shifted beneath her feet. The soil listened, the shadows waited. One afternoon she reached a river no mortal name could hold. Its surface shimmered darker than water, deeper than sky. As she neared it, the air thickened, heavy with ancient authority. Far below, in halls carved from obsidian and fire, Hades stirred, not with hunger, not with cruelty, with recognition. The underworld felt her presence before she ever saw it. Every step she took echoed through invisible corridors. Every breath awakened forgotten magic. The world above believed innocence walked those fields, but the truth was simpler and far more dangerous. Persephone was not lost. She was approaching something that had waited centuries for her arrival. And as her foot touched the river's edge, destiny whispered a question that would divide worlds. Would she be taken, or would she choose? The river opened, not violently, not suddenly, but like a door that had always known her name. Mist curled around Persephone's feet. Light dimmed into silver. The meadow behind her faded like a memory learning to sleep. She did not scream, she did not run, she listened. Below, the underworld unfolded, vast, silent, eternal. Black stone reflected distant fire, rivers of shadow moved like slow thought. And there he stood, Hades, not a monster, not a thief, a king carved from stillness. His eyes met hers across worlds. No chains reached for her, no command left his lips, only truth. "You are not here by accident," he said. Persephone felt it, the pull not of force, but of meaning. Spring lived inside her, but depth lived beneath her. For the first time, innocence felt incomplete. The world above had given her life. The world below was offering her purpose. And in that silence, Persephone took her first step into shadow, not as a prisoner, but as a beginning. Time moves differently below the sun. In the underworld, Persephone learned not fear, but balance. She walked halls older than Olympus. She listened to spirits forgotten by history. She touched souls still warm with memory. Darkness did not erase life here, it preserved it. Hades did not command her, he revealed the realm. "This world survives without hope," he said, "but it has never known renewal." Persephone understood. Spring was not weakness, it was authority. With each step she took, stone softened. With each word she spoke, shadows listened. The dead no longer bowed in terror, they lifted their eyes in recognition. Slowly, the underworld changed, not by fire, not by force, by presence. And Persephone changed with it. She was no longer the daughter of flowers. She was becoming something older than innocence, stronger than destiny, a queen awakening inside the dark. Above, the world began to fail. Demeter felt Persephone's absence like a wound in the soil. Her grief froze the skies. Her sorrow strangled the fields. Crops died beneath crystal silence. Rivers locked into ice. The mortal world leaned toward extinction, not from war, from love. Demeter searched the earth, the seas, the heavens. No laughter answered her call. No footsteps returned her hope. So she did the only thing grief understands. She stopped life. Winter marched across nations. Prayer shattered in frozen air. Even Olympus felt the cold of a mother's rage.
The gods watched mortals fade, knowing balance was breaking. Persephone belonged to two worlds now, and neither could survive without her.
Zeus could no longer wait. Thunder shook Olympus as he summoned fate itself. The underworld stirred. The mortal realm whispered extinction. Between worlds, a corridor of light and shadow tore open. Persephone stepped through, no longer child, no longer captive. She carried spring in her breath and shadow in her spine. Before Zeus, the gods fell silent. Demeter rushed forward, tears frozen into fire. "You were stolen!" Persephone held her gaze. "No, mother, I was awakened." Zeus spoke like law. "The pomegranate binds her." Demeter cried, "Then break it!" Hades emerged beside Persephone, calm as eternity. "Law is not a cage," he said. "It is balance." Zeus turned to Persephone. "Choose one world or destroy both." Silence pressed into existence, and Persephone finally understood destiny's true shape. Persephone stepped forward. "This is not possession," she said. "It is rhythm." Olympus offered light without depth. The underworld offered depth without warmth. The mortal world waited, fragile, fading. "I will not belong to one realm," she declared. Her voice moved like spring breaking stone. "When life blooms, I will walk the earth. When life rests, I will rule below." Demeter trembled. Zeus measured eternity. The underworld breathed approval. Persephone touched her mother's hands. "Spring will return," she whispered, "but I will return changed." Light shattered into seasons. Above, snow melted into rivers, fields inhaled color. Below, the underworld crowned its queen. Persephone turned to Hades, not captive, not bride, but sovereign, and myth sealed her truth forever. She walks two worlds, life when earth breathes, power when darkness rules. Persephone, queen of spring, queen of shadow, queen of balance. The world learned Persephone's rhythm. When she rises from the underworld, spring follows like breath returning to sleeping lungs. Snow loosens its grip, rivers remember motion, fields inhale green once more. The earth does not simply bloom, it recognizes its queen. Children run beneath warming skies, farmers watch dead soil turn generous again. Flowers lean toward her presence, not in worship, but in memory. Persephone walks unseen among mortals, carrying balance in her eyes. Each year she returns, the world feels young. Each year she departs, the world learns how to rest. When she descends again, autumn exhales into silence. Leaves surrender their fire. Winds learn patience. Winter settles not as punishment, but as pause. Below, the underworld awaits, not with chains, with loyalty. Hades stands at the obsidian gates as Persephone arrives, her warmth threading stone and shadow. The eternal fires brighten, the rivers flow calmer. Even the forgotten dead lift their gaze, sensing the order only she can bring. She rules not with fear, but with remembrance. To mortals, she is spring's promise. To the dead, she is shadow's mercy. To the gods, she is balance itself. And the old story the world once told slowly changes. Persephone was never taken. She was called, and she answered. So when flowers rise from frozen ground, remember, a queen is returning. And when winter falls across the earth, remember, a queen is ruling, not of one world, but of all that breathe, and all that must someday rest. If Persephone's journey moved you, remember, every myth hides a deeper truth, and many more are waiting to be told. So don't walk away from the story, walk with us. Subscribe for more cinematic myths, forgotten legends, and stories where gods, destiny, and humanity collide, because the next legend is already awakening.